Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Henny Nights podcast. As always, I'm your host, your brother, Jay White, coming to you live from Kazi Society in the heart of downtown St. Louis. That's Kazisociety. If you ever wanted to start your own podcast, Kazi is where you need to be. Also, you don't have to even want to start a podcast. If you want to have a nice space to have your event, to get out of the office that you have at home, just to have a change of pace, Kazi is also a co-working space as well. So make sure you check them out on all social media platforms. That's Kazisociety. Shout out to Jamie. St. Louis own, of course, it's owned by a black woman, which is really, really dope. So make sure y'all tap in with that. Next, Henny Nights merch. Be sure to click that link in the show notes. It'll take you straight to the merch store where you can get hoodies, you can get crew necks, because women be stealing them from us men, and we got to stand united. So make sure you are bountiful and plentiful in your hoodie and crew neck collection, because, you know, your shorty might steal them. But you also can get tees. You get a whole bunch of Henny Nights merch there. So make sure you check that out. And as always, I appreciate y'all for supporting me and supporting the podcast. Now, I got a dope guest in the building who just came from getting the nails done, getting ready to head to Vegas.
Come on, somebody.
Getting ready to, and then she gonna be like, I can't wait to leave Vegas.
Okay, look, we got 48 hours. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So we hope Vegas treats you well. But go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's going on, City? Ebbi Nicole here. Founder, chief fluffivist of Fluffy Girl Movement, video coach at ET Digital. But today, just your girl about to have a real good conversation.
Real great conversation. It's always dope how these come through the podcast situations happen, because I bumped into you out for drinks.
Man, bourbon.
All
the time.
Black, dark liquor. Yeah, it'll do it for you. But he was like, you want to come through the show? Yeah, I want to come through the show. Say less. So, I saw you tweeting. Well, not tweeting. I saw you posting on Facebook talking about you starting all the way over.
Yeah.
Let's get into that. What you starting over on?
You know
what's happening with you?
I feel like, I don't know if this is anybody that can identify with this out here, but you get really good at something and the people know you for that thing. And so you box yourself in. And even as like a creative, I've just been like itching to get like a new skill, a new something.
Right.
But I've been hindering myself like, oh, you can't, because this is what the folks know.
Yeah.
So I am dipping my toe into podcasting. I'm dipping my toe, and that's an exclusive.
Yeah.
Dipping my toe into podcasting and actually producing my first episode,
Okay.
part of somebody else's podcast before I launch my own. So not starting all the way over, but taking all these applicable skills and challenging myself in a new way.
Okay. So have you been interviewed in a podcast setting before?
I have.
Okay.
I've been interviewed a few times in a podcast.
Okay, so you
setting.
ramping up right now.
You know, I was like, oh, this is perfect timing.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with talking about what your podcast is going to be touching on?
Yeah. So the podcast is Ebbi and Flow.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Ebbi, I'm Ebbi. But Ebbi and Flow, is in the flow of life.
Okay.
Because I've been boxing myself in so much, no, this is going to be about the ebbs and flows of my life, and also talking to the people about the ebbs and flows in theirs. So I'll be interviewing some dope people.
Okay.
And it's going to be everything: business, sex, relationships, lack thereof. Dark liquor.
Yeah, dark liquor. Plenty of dark liquor.
We just go Ebbi and Flow with it.
Okay,
So
I like
excited
that.
about that.
I like that. Congrats to you on that. We'll make sure to plug that, and when you post that first episode as well, and you're producing somebody else's podcast too.
Now that's insane.
Yeah.
So super excited about that, and I'll be dropping more about that in the upcoming
Okay.
weeks. But
Okay.
doing a lot on that end, and that's like a big deal. So I'm excited about that.
So for the people that don't know who you are, how would you describe yourself? How would you describe what it is that you do?
Yeah. So, I mean, as a person, if you had to have a mixture, I am literally Lizzo and Cardi B. That's a whole bunch of energy.
Good time.
A few splashes of ratchet. East St. Louis, Illinois, stand up.
Okay.
Not that we're known for being ratchet. Excuse me, let me retract that statement.
What?
We have champions from East St. Louis.
Yeah. Champions. Good chicken plates.
Chicken plates. Dancers.
A lot of talented dancers.
A little down in the valley, a little bit. But as far as what I do, I'm a body advocate, super empowering to the everyday fat girl. Fat is a word that I've reclaimed. But also on the other side, like radio and podcasting is so different from me because I'm used to being on video.
Yeah.
So my skill set is actually like what I call snackable content. That's your TikToks, your reels, that whole thing. So yeah, I'm the media girl.
Yeah. That's so crazy because I'm like the complete opposite. You would think I'm not. So like I like doing reels and TikToks and stuff because I just like funny content, right? Or whatever. But as far as like being front and center, like I don't even have to be front and center. Like that's why this works so well for me because it's just my voice. You ain't even really gotta like see me. Like obviously, when you see the logo, you like
see the logo.
Yeah. You follow like, oh, I know him and shit like that. But like I'm so much of a like I'm the dude in the back, like, yeah, he's the connector type stuff, like whatever. Like, oh yeah, he had her on the podcast and she do this, boom, whatever, so any way I can help in that shape or form. So talk to me about
Fluffy girl.
Fluffy
Girl movement started 12 years ago when I was in college at Mizzou, MIZ, shout out. So I started then in a very body negative society, like the one we have now. I'm just a grown ass woman in it now.
Right.
But being a young adult in it was like trash. And so started it as a way for plus and curvy women to have communities, celebrate, elevate one another, but also expand that community to include what I call fluffettes and fluff supporters.
Okay.
So those are our other girls and advocates who join us who may not identify with the plus size community.
Okay.
So we do a lot of dope events.
You just did.
We just did a really dope event.
You just did one. Yeah.
Oh, it was a weekend.
Yeah, I'm about to say it wasn't just a day.
It was a weekend.
She had a plethora of events out here.
It was a few things.
Congrats on
Thank
that
you.
as well. Yeah.
Thank you. So no, that was beautiful. It's grown in so many directions over the last 12 years. Love it here. However, as a true creative, I'm like, we're going to keep that band moving. However, there's more. And I think just with my own shit, like I'm like, yo, Fluffy Girl movement is for the people. Ebbi and Flow is going to be for me.
Yeah,
and
I respect that.
Because I kind of want to get somewhere where I can like curse a whole lot and like pop a whole bunch of shit. And I feel like I can't really do that as much when you're a public figure for something that's bigger than yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I could.
You gotta like dial it back a little bit. I get it, for the play the game, essentially, you gotta play the game, play to win and stuff like that, which you are winning. So
that's right.
Can you speak to like some of those things that you encountered growing up that kind of stuck with you that also motivated you to, you speaking of body positivity and things like that. How was that growing up for you?
Actually, yeah, I can speak to that. So I had a group of, it was three of us. We were like the three musketeers, me and my best friends at the time. And you had the short, petite one. You had the slim, kind of like athletic one. And then you had the fat, funny girl, which was me. And so never mind being the fat, funny girl. But the thing was, I was never the one that like got picked or got chose or nobody was trying to talk to. And I think a lot of that had to do with like low self-esteem because I'm still the fat, funny girl, but now you can't tell me shit. And so, so the energy that I get is different, but that's what helped me start Fluffy Girl. Cause I thought it was just a me thing. I was like, fat, sad, lonely, Bridget Jones's Diary. What the hell is going on here? Oh my God. And then I got in college and I was like, yo, these women are super dope. How could they ever think like I think about myself? And that's when I was like, yo, okay, we need a community to talk about this shit. And then we need a community to not just talk about being fat. Like, can we celebrate? Can we get excited about? Like, yeah. And so, one, not being chose, okay? That was a thing. But two, growing up in a thin family, like my body, like I had boobs since I was like 5. This shit's crazy. It's like real life. I ain't new to this shit. I'm true to this shit. So bringing all of that in, it's like, okay, we need a space where other women can feel included as well. That's how I kind of got into that world. That was my thing. And then I started wising up and realizing that the guys and the girls who had so much to say were just deflecting their own insecurities. So the shit got deeper than rap after that.
And then once you connect the dots, you was like,
I was like, I see you.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
This is a you thing.
Yeah. That's what's up though. Like we need to hear more of those stories like that. You know, especially family is a trip too. Because that shit is so deeply rooted. If you're too skinny, why you ain't eating?
Okay. My family was some of my biggest.
Oh,
bullies.
you little big or whatever. Like, damn, can I motherfucking live? Like, it's so crazy. Like, my pop, love my pops to death, but my pops did that shit to me one time. Like, you know, you get in a relationship.
Oh yeah, baby, you eating good. Hopefully she was
eating good. You know what I'm saying? Going out. You know what I'm saying? Date night turned into just we ain't stop at the crib. Period. You feel me? And shit like that. Crib. Then at the time I was working at Anheuser-Busch. And so we get free beer. So I'm the nigga that come to the party. It's like, got the liquor, got the beer, it's whatever, it's on deck. So you know, beer tends to linger.
Maybe that's that yeast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It tends to linger in the gut. And like me and my pops was doing something, and he just looked at me and said, "Boy, you getting a stomach on you." I'm like, "Damn, pops!" Like
family don't give a damn. They will just say anything.
And he's older. He's from the older generation. My pops is in his 70s now, okay. So like you know, he come from that. Like, yeah, you getting the stomach on you, boy. You get to the gym. Like, damn, nigga, like. You ain't have to put me on blast like
don't
that,
come for
bro.
me unless I send for you.
Like,
damn.
You know, I'm in a relationship. You know, I'm drinking. I was drinking a lot. That didn't help either. But like, yeah, man, your family has a big role in playing in that. You know, especially those families with the southern roots or
man
on the older side of like you know any baby boomers and stuff like that. Like they don't.
It's a level of rudeness.
Yeah.
Like I got a story for that actually. So freshman year of college, I'm in Mizzou, and I had like worked out hellas. First of all, I was never a workout girl, but I worked out my aunts the whole summer before college, and so cool. So I had lost like 20 pounds or whatever, and I went to school, and in my mind I was like, okay, this is a new level of fine right here. Like okay. Yeah. And so, but 3 months later, because my dorm was on top of the damn dining hall.
Yep.
Like, no bullshit. So when it got cold outside, what I'm doing, going downstairs, eating. It would get so bad that me and my friends texting each other from class, like, girl, they got the strawberry shortcake ice cream. Leave now. Yeah. So we would, like, meet in the dining hall. So my family came to pick me up for winter break. They were like, my aunt is down the hallway. I'm down the other hallway. You know, I'm 18. I'm excited to see their ass, right? Yeah. I'm skipping down the hallway. And she just said, damn. Ew. Is that you? Damn. Shit, the floor gonna shake. You know, and so in mid-stride, I stopped and I'm because I'm in the middle of the hallway. Yeah. And it ain't nothing but me and the international students left because the international students can't go home. They opening their door, speaking in their language, like, what the hell going on?
Just put me on blast like that on my floor?
Family rude.
Yeah, bro.
Rude.
Yeah, man. Families don't be having no fucking filter, man. Like, I love it, you know, because they have they do the best they can with what they got.
Which don't be shit, apparently. What the hell?
With what they got. So, like, as I've gotten older, I've grown to, like, accept that a little more. Like, bro, like, as much as we can try to change them, y'all don't want to change. So, like, I'm going to accept y'all for y'all. You know, when y'all got me fucked up, I'm gonna speak on it.
Come on,
like, you got me fucked up on some shit. But for the most part, you know, I'm gonna have to love you where you at.
Yeah, I mean,
or whatever.
And we the new generation, so shit. All we can do is do better.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because with this new generation, I'll be like, I love y'all, but y'all the softest.
So that's crazy. So that's crazy too. Like, sheesh. We tried, like, we in the same age group, basically, but we tried so hard to like course correct shit.
Yeah, real
that
talk.
I think we may have swung too far in the other direction. Cause like, you know, shout out to therapy. You feel me?
Shout out to healing.
Shout out to healing, you know, dealing with shit or whatever. But yeah, like we're so aware of every fucking thing
everything.
now. It's like, all right, like when motherfuckers say you too woke.
Yeah. There's no such thing. I mean, honestly, like I fucks with Gen Z. I really do. I like Gen Z. I think besides, I used to call them the Tide Pod eaters, but now they're a little older, so I put a little bit more respect on their name.
Yeah.
However, it seems like there's no such thing as thick skin anymore. And to have thick skin just means you completely traumatized and somebody fucked you up.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, how y'all gonna survive out here?
It's a delicate balance.
Ooh.
Like, I come from the lunch table era where like,
Joni?
nigga, we was fighting for our life. Dead ass. Like, I remember how we taught like a dude in my class, his house burned down. We found that shit out.
Oh no. Kids are terrible.
Like, nigga, bro, like,
God.
nigga, I know you're not talking, nigga. You ain't got a home to go to. Like, on
The
it,
roughest
bro,
shit.
the roughest shit. Like, my pops had a beat up cutlass, bro.
Oh shit.
And they talked about it like it was my shit. So,
See, look at
like,
that.
bro,
And
like,
you feel like it is too.
right.
You're
And I was like,
damn.
yo, I used to tell him, like, dawg, don't fucking come down here. Pick me up around the
Drop me off at the
right
corner.
around the corner, bro. Like, this shit is embarrassing. But that's just the era we came from or whatever. Now, like, saying some shit like that, bro, you don't know what's gonna happen when they leave.
The kids' parents got to talk to the counselors.
Yeah.
Their parents, the other kids got to go through counseling. They want to bring DCFS, whoever they are, in
Yeah.
to talk to the kid and make sure they ain't. I'm like,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not mad at the level of security.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like a lot of us were not secured. The reason why we saw a lot young and we went through a lot young and the Jonas shit, some of our mental health was fucked up from that. Like,
Had to fight for our lives out here,
lives
bro.
out here.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm just a little nervous. I'm like, oh shit, how this gonna work out?
Yeah. Yeah, because I worry about, I don't have kids yet.
Right.
So I'm like, when it gets to that point where I gotta, somebody flaming you, it's like,
But I don't
How
think
do I
they're
prepare-
flaming no more.
what they doing then?
I think it's so in our families now because I watch the younger cousins, right?
Okay.
And I watch them play. I don't even know if it's play. Everybody just got their damn Game Boy or whatever the hell it is out now. And everybody's just like, you got this game, I got that game.
Right.
Nobody talking shit about each other no more. I was like, I'm not mad at it, but I'm mad at it.
Yeah. I mean, they could be talking shit to each other if they playing each other online, which,
And that's another level right there.
Yeah, it get crazy. That's unfiltered.
That's what I've heard.
That's the internet, basically.
I've heard.
And that shit is unfiltered. As somebody who still plays games at this big ass age, yeah, it can get
It's your big old age.
at my
Still
big old
playing.
age. Like son, you got to keep like some shit I still to a certain extent want to be a kid at some extent. I feel like some of us still have certain things where it's like games or it's like you like Harry Potter still.
I ain't gonna lie, I fucks with Harry Potter.
Exactly.
I fucks with my
It speaks to
90s
your
cartoons.
kid.
I think we have to though. Like, because if not, you become like a boring old
curmudgeon
adult.
ass,
You know what I'm
ugly
saying?
ass
Damn.
motherfucker. Yeah. Like,
And
yo.
you forget how life used to be and shit.
Facts.
You want to be the
I was just thinking about that shit today.
Don't
Like,
do
bro,
that.
like I couldn't wait to like be an adult and do this and
Yeah,
this and
shit's
that's like,
stupid.
nigga, this shit
That
trash.
shit's stupid.
This shit trash as fuck.
I was watching TikTok and this lady was like, can somebody please show me where I can return this adulthood shit? I don't think I
Yeah.
signed up for the extended warranty.
Facts, bro. Like, just stay 18, carefree, bill free,
Damn.
forever. Best years of your life. But them shits, like our parents used to be like, you better enjoy them. That shit,
They didn't prepare us enough.
yeah,
to better enjoy 'em. You
yeah.
should've said some
Quit
more.
me better, nigga.
Damn.
Shit. Speaking of trash, you have a very interesting take on the dating pool.
Oh shit. The dating pool got pee in it. It is contaminated. Okay.
Yeah. And that's crazy. So when we bumped into each other at the bar, that's one of the first things you said. Like, the dating pool got piss in it. I was just
Straight
like,
up.
really?
Straight up.
We'll talk about that when we get to the podcast. We'll get to the podcast. So, hey, the floor is yours.
So, okay. So for the listeners out there, I don't know about y'all, but this online dating thing been a thing for what? oh shit, what, last 10, 12 years maybe?
Yeah.
It's been a minute now.
Yeah.
So I have gone through the motions as online dating has evolved. Because whatever the fuck it is, I guess people don't know how to talk to each other in person no more.
True.
I don't know. Like, are we so fucked up? Like,
so,
socialized?
It's so funny. Shout out to my boy Trap on Twitter. But he literally said, like, when social media was introduced, like, it eliminated the whole idea of going out to a bar spontaneously and like getting to know a motherfucker.
Right.
Like you basically pre-screen them now before you do that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Whatever.
It's
So,
real shit.
Yeah.
But you got, for safety reasons, I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't front. I let everybody know I got a Google number, and that's the one your ass start off with. You don't start off with my direct line.
Okay.
Because you could be half-ass crazy. We can figure it out in the first 3 days. And if so, I can just go ahead and not answer your phone call on my Google number.
Yeah.
And then I got to worry about your ass on my other number.
Right.
But with this online dating thing, and see, for me, I date both. So for people who want to be like, Eb, you feel like you're a man hater. No, because chicks be trash too. Chicks be trash.
Yeah.
I can't stunt on either way.
Yeah.
But it's like social skills, emotional intelligence to actually communicate, talk things out, say when things are good and when they're not good. Trash.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can see that. Yeah, because speaking more to his point, he was like, yeah, you either like just lock in with somebody you work with when you were in the office, or if you are back in the office, which is like, or whatever. I fucked around and did that once, and I probably would never do it again. Yeah, fucked around and found the fuck out.
Hey, you had to work with him after that?
Yeah, bro. And it was so crazy that like they didn't even necessarily work for the company I was working for. They were just hired by my company and shit. You know, we dipped off, did what we did or whatever. And then I fucked around and started feeling one of the coworkers.
Oh, shit.
But like me and the coworker had like was vibing kind of or whatever, had like developed a friendship, while the other chick was just like, nah, nigga, we just fucking. Essentially.
Okay.
And then so the chick I was just fucking decides to open her mouth one night when they were out and was like, me and Jane fucked.
Why? Why? But you're grown at. Oh, I'm assuming that you were grown.
We were like 23-ish.
Yeah, people be talking.
Yeah. So like it was like,
you better shut the fuck up now, though.
So then the chick that like I was vibing was like, so you fucked such and such. I was like, you weren't supposed to know that.
But was she bothered by that though?
Not really, because we ended up like kind of messing around later or whatever. You know, women just want the opportunity to decide for themselves or whatever. But it's still like, why the fuck did you say something or whatever? So
it's messy.
Yeah. So I say all that to say, don't do that shit. But like you were saying, you either lock it with somebody you work with because you feel like you can find common ground with them, or church.
No, seriously, like my family owns a church, and I kid you not, all of them kids that's our age, they married to each other now. And I was like, you gotta be effing kidding me.
Real for lifers, for real.
Lifers. They didn't know each other since they was 3 and 4 by default.
Yeah.
You're right. Absolutely. And dating in St. Louis is a different ball game because it's St. Louis, man. You rarely ever gonna find somebody that didn't mess with somebody that you know in some way. And you just gotta decide, was we really that cool?
Right. Yeah. So my counter to that though is you decide to move or date somebody out of town. Well, we'll just go with you decide to move out of town and then start dating somebody new. What if you fuck around and find out that like they fucked around in the same circles there? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that me personally, I don't think that's something so specific to St. Louis. It is something that does come up though.
You don't think all I ask is like hang out with the same people, be in the same circle?
But I feel like that kind of be that's like anywhere you. I feel like that's anywhere you go though.
Okay.
You know, motherfuckers is transplants, so you never know. You fuck around, you think you starting a whole new life somewhere, like you're not. You know, so it's just kind of, to me, that just kind of comes with the territory. But I'm not gonna sit here and deny and act like, yeah, in St. Louis, because that's where we at. That's not an element that's there. My personal rule is, as long as it's not like the immediate circle.
Okay, what's immediate for you though? Like, is immediate like best friends? Or okay,
yeah. Like the dudes I've been rocking with for almost 20 years. Like, long as it's not any of them, I don't really give a fuck. Because I deal.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm at that point.
I'm devil's advocate. I look at it like, I assume like when we initiate contact and we getting to know each other, and you know, one thing may lead to another. Whatever we decide to do, I'm assuming that I'm not the only motherfucker on your roster.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what? So, let's talk about that. 'Cause that should be something safe to assume.
Right.
I feel like a lot of us were raised, we don't know what the hell dating is.
True.
And it's like, we go together real bad, but we don't go together.
You can't say that shit. I like that toxic shit though.
I can't stand you.
I love it. Because as soon as she said that, I was like, we do. Puppy eyes, you promise? But you can't say that shit to me.
No, but then you mess around and say you can't assume that you the only person on the roster. Well, Carisha knows she ain't the only person on the roster.
Right,
and that's what's funny about
That's
it.
a different tax bracket and ball game though.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to pay to play.
You know? And see, my thought is, long as everybody know where the hell we at, I think we should be out of the age of lying about shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you're dating, like for me, I tell now, like, I'm intentionally dating, right? So if I fuck with you, I'm fucking with you for a reason. Now, if I'm not intentionally dating your ass, I'm gonna switch up the script a little bit and let your ass know I ain't intentionally dating you. Right? Like, gotta be honest
that
with
shit.
a motherfucker.
You should see my fucking face right now. My face lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree.
For real. Because you know what? Some people be like, I can't believe, like, we talked for 5 months and then he wifed up this chick right after we was done talking. He was ready for marriage. He just didn't want to marry your ass. Ooh. It's okay. Ooh. I had my feelings hurt. So I know now
that happened to you?
Oh, hell yeah. Ooh. Well, I was like, nigga, I thought you said you were ready for a relationship, but your status changed on Facebook. The fuck?
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's real shit though. Like my last relationship, it sprung out of nowhere. With Chantel, it sprung out of nowhere. Me and Chantel had history, and then fell out, and then rekindled the friendship or whatever, and then we actually like dated. Like for real, like you were saying, like going out, doing stuff, like it was there was intention there. Like we'll see what's up or whatever. And then like before I knew it, it was like 3 months in, and like her daughter put me on blast. Her daughter was like, "So are y'all boyfriend and girlfriend?"
Period.
And it was like,
the baby want to know.
You either shit or get off the pot. Yeah. So I was like, yeah. Okay. Or whatever. So, but there were women that felt like I did tell them like right now I don't want a relationship or whatever.
I hate you. You hate to hear it, but then you see they be ready for somebody else. Just not your ass.
Shit be life be life and life be flowing. It did. I told, and it didn't make it. The person. It was a couple of people, but I just like I wasn't planning on like being in a relationship. Shit just kind of
went,
and then before I knew it, I was like, "Oh shit," or whatever. So like,
I had a nigga tell me some shit like what you just said. Like I ain't planning on it, but then it went like, and I couldn't understand the shit because for me, a relationship, so fast, but we taking some buy-in and shit. Like I feel like you see it coming.
So I didn't.
Oh wow.
I didn't. Like it was like what we were doing was great. And then it felt natural to be like, yeah.
We go together.
Yeah,
for real.
For real.
Okay.
Like, yeah, might as well. So, and it wasn't on like she put me on the spot like what are we type stuff, because I've had that happen to me, like what are we doing type stuff, and you know me being a young nigga at the time, like what you mean?
Hated it. Why you gotta deflect? Answer answer the damn question.
What you
my
mean?
guy.
I'm here with you. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I ain't do that shit or whatever. But the second time around, it was just a natural progression, and it was just like, yeah. It also like motherfuckers be eliminating themselves too. Mm-hmm. Like you see shit, they do shit, and you kind of like.
Here's the thing: the process of dating
it's a process.
Either you take yourself out, or you decide to take that person out.
Right.
Because for me personally, consistency is a big thing.
Facts.
When your ass get inconsistent, and I mean that shit. Like I don't give a fuck if you were texting me good morning. Goddamn me, keep that same energy.
Right.
Because the 3 days that your ass didn't text good morning. You off the fucking roster. I don't have the energy to like. I'm not gonna chase your ass.
And that speaks to like reciprocation, right? Yeah, like
absolutely.
So, am I on the flip side of that? Am I gonna always be the one texting you good morning, checking in? Not talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking in general. So the moment like I kind of like I'm gonna step back a little bit, and then step up. If I don't feel like the energy is being reciprocated,
because that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm not saying that it's like a weighted scale. Like, well, I said good morning to you 3 times. You need to say it to me 3 times or whatever. It's eventually at some point though you like, oh, you're not like giving back what I'm trying to give here or whatever. So like, I don't want to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, that's real.
Or whatever. So I'm gonna take 2 steps back.
Also, you motherfuckers that are doing that though, like check yourself before you wreck yourself. So there are some people that be on some weighing shit for real. It's like, I said it Monday through Wednesday. I was trying to see if on Thursday you was with it. Like, come
living
on,
like that, bro, is so stressful. Like, no, like I'm gonna give what I'm gonna give. Because that's just naturally how I am. I'm gonna give. In the moment, I feel like you playing with my top.
Yep, that's what it is. Stop playing in my face. You playing in my face.
Yeah, I'm playing. I'm always playing in everything. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing that. And you just like enjoying the ride. So I like passenger princesses as much as the next man, but like, yeah, nigga, you need to pull out a map or something. Like,
backpack,
give me some suggestions or some shit. Yeah, facts. Like, come on, bro.
Yo, I'm running into that a lot, and you show right about that. So, because in another life of mine that I'm living simultaneously with all these other ones, I'm on the influencer scene.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of shit that's happening in St. Louis. That shit cute or whatever, but that don't mean Google don't exist for your ass. So why am I the only one planning all the shit?
Yeah.
You can still take initiative to do things. Like I feel like when you dating people, you kind of start to see
the pattern
and the chops, like what they made of. If they cool with just sitting back all the time, just letting you want to go on a date, shit, you know where everything is. You can plan and let me know where to show up.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Yeah. Exactly.
You start to see that.
Yeah, you start to see, and then you got to decide, like, ooh, if I do decide to pursue something serious, am I cool with that?
Real talk.
And then that's when the chop comes, like, nah, that's a deal breaker for me, bro.
Deal breakers. I feel like in our 30s, right? You may not know all of them. It might change in 10 years for you. But you know some shit that's a non-negotiable. So, James, like, what is a non-negotiable for you? Like, what is a hell nah?
So, like, honestly speaking, like, it's cliche, but for the most part, a lot of shit don't move me. My non-negotiable is just don't fucking lie to me. That is a non-negotiable.
That's big answer.
I don't give a fuck about what it is, because, again, if I'm giving you the space for you to be who you are and decide if you want to rock with me or not, afford me that same opportunity. You feel me? So, and also I feel like we could talk about anything. You know, I don't give a fuck how big or small or whatever. Like, it might be the biggest thing to you in the world, and to me, it might be like, really, nigga, you tripping off that? But we can talk about it or whatever, because I know what it's like to get in your own head about certain shit. Like, it's somebody that I deal with, not high anxiety, but every once in a while I'll be like trying to control every goddamn thing and it creeps up on you. So I know how life can whoop our ass and shit like that. It don't matter what it is. It could be family, it could be career, personal. It really don't matter. Just be upfront with me. I'd rather find out from you than find out in some manner where I'm like,
that part.
Nigga, you said you was good a month ago and now a month later, like, all this other shit creeping up. What the fuck really happened? So then once I question you, what else you be lying about?
And you was holding a whole thing of tick marks, but you weren't talking about
like
them.
What else be going on? Like, because then I got a second guess. And then once I second guess,
shit started getting rocky after that, right?
Yeah.
Like you start looking up and being like, oh shit.
Yeah. So lying for me is not like a non-negotiable. I don't do that. I don't do that arguing shit.
That's what's up. No, that's what's up.
I don't do that arguing shit. I'm not gonna argue with you in public. I didn't been there, done that. I'm not
at 23.
At shit, yeah. Yeah, at 23, 24, and 25. I don't do that arguing shit. I'm cool with like, you know what, take some time, we'll come back and address it. Now at 33, I got like a scale. Like if it's something that I absolutely need to address.
That part.
we may not talk about it here in public or something like that, but yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that shit in the car. We talk about that shit when we get home. The middle is like, all right, I'm gonna spend the block on that. Just not now. It's cool. And then 0 is like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that shit. So whatever. So I kind of put shit in tiers, you know, with like you said, somebody got me fucked up. We gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna talk about it. But yeah, arguing for the sake of arguing, that's not an indicator of how much somebody cares about you or loves you.
Man.
I'm not doing it. Fight for me.
No.
I'm cool.
There are other ways. There are other ways to show that you're down for a person.
Yeah, like sitting down and actually having a tough conversation.
Yes. See, that's that emotional intelligence.
Yeah. But I wasn't always like this. I'm not gonna sit here and like like that. So
it came though, right?
Yeah, it came over time.
It came over time, and it came from probably a lot of fucked up situations where you noticed the other way was not the best way.
Yeah, absolutely. Couple, situations, heartbreaks, and like, ooh, not just like me being hurt by somebody, but like, ooh, I hurt somebody.
Yeah.
That probably wasn't the best way to handle what you did or whatever. So like, again, I'm not speaking as far as like, I'm just absolutely great. No, I got my shit too. And I learned because that shit was hard. Shit hurt. Shit was difficult or whatever. So those were probably like my big 2. What about you?
That shit is real adult to admit, like, I'm not the only hurt person in this shit. Like, I hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's some big shit right there.
Yeah, and I had to eat that shit too.
Yeah. Like,
I hurt the person and like just basically had to eat that for like a year until they were like ready or whatever. And that shit bothered the fuck out of me.
Ain't nothing worse than when they don't want to talk to your ass.
Bruh.
You can't come to a resolution. It's like, just yell at me, curse me out, whatever.
And we were
get
close.
Yeah, no.
And she was just like, nah.
On some big fuck you.
Yeah, like nah or whatever. And then we would occasionally talk and I was just like, yeah, it just ain't the same right now or whatever. But I had to give them space and time. So
and let that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you said what about me, right?
Yeah.
So a non-negotiable for me, shit. Yeah, I already said it actually, like losing consistency. That's a problem for me. And I'm a big advocate to keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Because the same energy that I have is usually the same energy I'm be able to carry. Like I can stand behind my shit. I can stand 10 toes down on this. So if I'm a romantic to you when I start off, like you can bet like that's what's gonna keep happening. But I'm gonna expect your energy to stay the same. So if there's some bait and switch shit, I ain't your girl.
Yeah.
Cause I'm so vocal and I'll call your ass out about it. We ain't gotta argue about it. I'm just let you know like
you slipping.
This is where I am with it. You slipping.
Yeah.
You got a chance to catch your damn self or your ass gonna fall.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you. And that's when we get to the point of either I dismiss myself or you dismiss yourself.
Yeah.
Or we just fall off. You know, shit just trickle.
Yeah. Big shit.
I'm looking at him like, what are you looking at?
I was like, don't matter. It's paper on the wall. So I was looking at the paper on the wall and it made me realize, so you said you date men and women.
Yes.
what, like, are there, how can I word this? Are there more similarities than differences?
Damn, it is.
Okay. I was trying to figure out if I worded that correctly.
No, you good.
Okay.
It really, truly is.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because that same aunt who said, damn, down the hallway. That's my blunt aunt. I love her.
Yeah.
But no, she definitely said, I thought this dating shit would be easier for you. Shit, you got all the options. And I'm like, no, because you still got ain't shit people in each category.
Facts.
You still got unemotionally intelligent people in both categories.
Yeah.
You still got people who just want to fuck the whole city in both categories. And if that's what you want to do, like, more power to you. I ain't mad at it. But I'm just like, and you got people that still lying about it, though,
Yeah.
So there are more similarities than differences just when it comes to, like, human beings. Because on a very human level, you got people that lie for no damn reason. You got people who, I know for me personally, some people, men and women, have told me, like, you're a little blunt. I don't really know
how to take that.
I don't know how to take that sting out, because for me, I feel like the best way to approach a situation is head on. So for some people, it's confrontational. And for some people, it is like, oh, I'd rather not say shit back. Well, that's a you problem. I feel like bring the shit to the table so we can talk. It is more similarities. Like I said, with men, I've had that. With women, I've had that. And on the softer side of things, I've had that too. So, yeah. It is actually more similarities than differences.
Yeah. I only brought that up because my homeboy, Ronnie, shout out to Ronnie. We were talking at a bar of all places. He had that liquor in him or whatever. And he was talking about the ratio of men to women in St. Louis.
Man.
And I think, of course, like for men, it's crazy, the ratio as far as like women. So he was like, I'm the prize or whatever.
I hate that for him.
I was like, so I was listening to him and like, I get where he's coming from with the standpoint of like, essentially we can, all right, fuck them. We hit the home run on this fourth or fifth one or whatever.
Like 1 to
because
4.
Yeah. Because it's like 1 to 4, 1 to 5, something crazy or whatever, and we won't even blink an eye about it. So he's like, nigga, I got options or whatever. So like, what you gonna do? Like, because it's slim for y'all, whatever.
Yeah,
so like, I wanted to ask you that because you date both.
I do.
Or whatever. So your perspective is like, I know it's an interesting perspective, so that's why I wanted to ask you about that. But yeah, he was like, nigga, I'm the prize or whatever. So,
when I tell you, and so then we get into that, right? Because that's some real shit. Like, my homeboy feel the same way.
Yeah.
He's like, so y'all get to fight over like niggas who, are still in jail, possibly, or who have a whole bunch of kids, or maybe they're not at, the level in their life where like you can like enjoy life together, and things like that. He was like, but me, it's like a field day out here. He said, what's crazy is you got educated chicks like yourself that will mess with a nigga like me on the strength of she running out of options. And I was like, and you pride yourself on that. He's like, I'm just saying that's the truth though.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you sure, right?
Yeah. The math
be mathing.
Yeah, the mathing on that. Yeah, I don't.
The standards go real low real quick with us because we be like,
you got to make some concessions or whatnot. Yeah, and it's crazy. When I was younger, it was so simple. Like, pick better niggas.
Look, my family
pick better niggas.
That's what it sounded like, right? My mom was like, you running out niggas with this. She's like, so you prefer somebody with no kids? Girl, you 32.
Yeah.
Niggas probably done had 3 kids by now. They kids about to be in college on your ass in a minute.
Facts.
And so it's crazy, the ratio.
Yeah, my perspective is a little different though, because it's like, I feel like it's not rare. It's uncommon. I'll go with uncommon for like a woman not to have kids. Like there are like a lot of my friends have kids or whatnot. A lot of women that I have encountered.
Sure.
And as far as adult dating, not like whatever, have kids. Like my last 3 relationships were with women
Where kids?
with kids or whatever.
With
so
an S, like kids.
Well,
Or kid,
no, they don't. At the time, they only had one.
Okay.
So yeah. I don't have any kids. Shout out to that.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I agree. Shout out to that.
Yeah, I'll put that out there. I don't have no kids. But yeah, like, and I don't. It might be like some good luck Chuck shit where I just like got like stepdaddy.
Good luck, Chuck.
It's stepdaddy
Aura.
juju. Yeah, on me where I attract them, whatever. But like as somebody who, and I talked about this with a friend anyway. Another non-negotiable is like I do want kids.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
I don't care if you can have you can come into this situation with your own. I'm cool with that. But kids need love or whatever, but I do want a baby, maybe 2, the most 3.
Ooh,
at some point.
It's so interesting to me when men start going up in numbers like they having them.
But exactly. But then that's why I was going to put the caveat.
Shit.
But I understand how the healthcare system don't give a fuck about black women.
Not a fuck.
Won't listen to black women. All that when it comes to I don't feel right, something's off. And then in the childbirth process, let me not even get started with that. So
it gets deep.
I understand that, like, my nigga, you might just have to rock out with that one.
And maybe your bonus baby.
Yeah. And these stepkids or whatever.
That's in college.
And guess what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that or whatever. But that is like a big thing for me. Like I do want kids at some point. So
you know what? And so then the pool goes down. See, now here we go. So when I date men, the pool go down even more with that. Because if they already got 4 kids, they like, done. Shit. Yeah. My oldest is 15. I'm like, okay. Ain't no damn starting over.
Yeah. Don't get me. I counted some mamas that had them that's in our age group that had them young, and it's like, nah, it ain't happening. So it's kind of like, oh shit.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's like shit. Like you hella dope, but I can't fuck with you. Gots to go.
Put back on the condom.
Yeah. Say, wrap it up. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah. Because I can't pretend that because that's how people end up bitter. Like
that part.
I'm gonna keep fucking with you, knowing like you want something else.
No, there's that part.
Like, don't do that.
Like seriously, when I think that equally yoked shit is real. It's real.
Yeah.
Like if you know for a fact, and I know for me, like the way I've tried to get the pee out the dating pool was to date older. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna date people in their 40s because they more established. They give a fuck. But they don't want no kids. They ain't trying to run after no damn human beings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I'll do it for you. But now I got you 40 years old running after a 1-year-old or something. You know what I'm saying? Or 45 running after a 1-year-old.
And that ain't what you wanted for real.
And that's not what you wanted for real. No. You want to be on the yacht. And I'm like, bring the baby. You like, hell no.
It's supposed to be me and you.
It's supposed to be me and you, girl.
Yeah.
And so I think you do shoot yourself in the foot when you allow yourself to keep the conversation and the situation flowing, knowing damn well. Because I think we as humans think we can change each other. Like, it's like, okay, James want kids, but you know what? After being with me for 2 years, he ain't gonna want them no more. It's okay. It's okay. We just gonna be outside. Mm-hmm. And you like, I just ain't brought it up, but I said what I said.
Yeah. You just brought up an interesting point. I gotta remember what I was just thinking about. I've lost my train of thought that quick.
My bad.
It was something in regards to kids. What happened? That's what happened when you get up there in age or whatever, and you've been working. You've been up since 6 a.m.
After 30, bro. Bro. It's interesting.
Yeah, it just goes. Like I'll be a little concerned about that.
Yeah.
Like I'll walk into a room and be like,
it's some real shit.
The fuck did I come in here for? Then go back. It's like, oh, I know what I was grabbing. Then walk back out. I was like, damn. Wait, was it again?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That shit's scary. But I did want to, as far as Fluffy Girl, what do you got next for Fluffy Girl events? What's coming down the pipeline? Oh my
goodness. So as far as Fluffy Girl goes, that podcast that I'm producing that I'm guest producing has something to do with Fluffy Girl.
Okay.
And so we're going to see that come down the pipeline. I'm super excited about that. That's with STLPR. So STL Public Radio. Mm-hmm. Excited to just give y'all some insight into into what it's like to live in these bodies that we have here, and larger bodies, and a different experience on the other side, right? So y'all have seen the events, but now you're going to get a little bit of narration
behind the events.
Yeah, behind the experience.
Yeah, because you made it. I remember like right after the event, and it's so crazy because I've seen a couple. I used to throw events as well and stuff like that. Like the rush and the amount of work and time and dedication it takes to putting together an event, and then in the blink of an eye, it's over. And somebody, I can't remember who it was talking about, we don't talk enough about the crash.
Leslie from
there
Frizz
you go.
Fest.
Shout out to Leslie. Frizz Fest. I couldn't. I'm like, they on the tip of my tongue. They don't talk about the crash that happens, the come down after the event, and it's like she said, like, okay, now what next? Like,
you got a person like me that, I mean, my what next is literally working on the next year's situation. Yeah. And so, yeah, I've definitely crashed for sure. I've crashed because, the media has slowed down and, all of that, like the money is coming back. Oh, Lord, shout out to recouping after events.
Right.
but yeah, so we need to talk more about that, because people who like live on that high, it gets you in a very interesting space when it's like a lull, because you feel like, what the hell am I doing wrong? I feel like I should be doing something, moving, doing something. Yeah. I'm happy that this next piece that I'm working on is something I can work through, like the developing, and it's a new skill. So it's a little challenging. It's keeping me on my toes, where I don't feel like I can like drag ass on it. And plus, it's somebody else's shit. So that always helps. When it's somebody else's
helping
shit,
somebody else,
you put a little fire behind it. Like, okay. When it's your own shit, you be like, I could release that next week and ain't nobody gonna say shit about that.
Yeah. Oh, please believe.
About that.
There's been plenty of times where I've been like, I need to record. And I'm like, them niggas can deal with the back catalog.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's so crazy.
But then on the flip side of that, it's like, shit, I gotta put something out there.
I gotta keep it going.
I gotta figure. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, that rush or whatever. So I don't know. It might not just be a thing for creators, but since I'm also in a sense a creative or whatever, that shit is real.
Yeah.
Like I had a bunch of stuff happen, like being featured podcast at Kazi, and then having like Voyage STL do a write up about me and shit, and you're just like, rocket, this shit great. People hitting you up, people want to come on the show, people buying the merch, and then when it kind of like slows down, it's like, I'm still here though. Hey
y'all,
still here. And it's like,
remember that dope shit? It's
like, hey, I did this for us, so don't forget about me, type shit.
Let me reshare that.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of your merch though, as a person that's a marketing mind and a communication mind, I like how you promote your merch. You do a good job at selling, but not selling. Yeah. So it's not sell Z.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like how you have the woman in the hoodie, like, and you get to keep some shit you said, like something like re-up on your hoodies because you're gonna have to give them away.
Yeah,
something you said. I was like,
yeah,
that's a good entry.
That's like the whole.
I love it.
That's like the whole mission statement of the podcast for me. Like, I didn't want. I'm not doing it for like notoriety and stuff like that. Like, no, we got a city full of dope ass people. So dope. Where can I bring them to talk about the dope shit that they're doing, while also talking about funny shit, talking about real shit? Like, we're just not monolithic like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have like things that make us who we are or whatever. So it's as much, if you want to say about me, as it is about y'all, more so about y'all, because y'all make the show. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to like be salesy and anything like that. It's like, if you fuck with it, hey.
But thank you for the platform though. Because what I love about, and what I think we have to get ourselves out of, is being like, shit, I can't add nothing to this space because, Henny Nights already exist. I can't have a funny podcast that actually has funny shit, but some real shit, but some this kind of shit, because I feel like somebody already did it.
Right.
You can always bring your voice into the conversation and whatever your spin on it is.
Yeah.
Like, I've been watching Henny Nights for a minute now, and I even like the logo, and you got the bottle in your hand, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you get a Henny sponsor coming off here. So,
come on.
You know, try to work something out. People have been telling me, like, so you mean to tell me, like, you've been doing this for 4 years and you never thought about a sponsor? Like, it just don't resonate for me in that manner, because I'm like, I'm doing it because we need the space or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need.
I know you got a contact though.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to say, if not, I got.
Oh, please believe.
Come on now.
I can use more, but please believe.
It's probably the same one.
Probably. But like, you know, I'm just appreciative.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, for doing it as long as I am doing it. And yeah, like, I started a podcast because, like, I thought podcasts were dope.
Yeah.
There were, like, I wasn't aware of how many St. Louis podcasts there were. I didn't really care because, like I said, there's space for everybody. There are podcasts, like dude that does STL Bucket List or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, bro, like, he killing it.
First of all, I didn't know that was a podcast.
Or I don't know if it's called that, but I think it's the same guy.
Yeah.
That has a podcast or whatever, and he gets like dope guests on his podcast or whatever. But it's room for that. Like, I'm not trying to like shoot for that. I'm trying to shoot for she got the camera on me, my bad.
Here's the thing. Like, actually, one of my favorite podcasts, they actually record themselves as they're speaking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love it because first of all, I love video. But then people get to actually see in snippets, because of course that's the other business. We didn't get into that too much, but ET Digital that I do.
Okay.
But that kind of stuff is like dope ass content.
Yeah.
Give people snippets into like the episode.
Yeah. I
want to see you on camera, James. I want to see
what's
you
happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jamie has like been putting that bug in my ear too.
I love it.
I might the podcast is everywhere. So like, it may be time to like incorporate the video and shit like that and get an editor.
So they can see what the hell you staring at, because he been staring at this wallpaper, y'all.
But like that, so like, it's like when I get to talking or whatever, I'd stare off into space. So, but I'm like processing my thoughts and everything like that. That's just like the weird creative shit or whatever. So,
you know what?
Yeah.
Always here for the quirk, honey.
Yeah, there's a quirk. Yeah, whatever. Like, I pace when I talk on the phone. Like,
no, for real, that's
I move my hands a lot.
I definitely talk with my hands. I'm like, yo.
I do all that shit. Yeah. But when it being a podcast and just it being audio, I could be like looking up at the ceiling. You be like, what the fuck are you looking at? But like, we're having a coherent ass conversation or whatever. I'm still here
like,
with
I'm
you.
Here.
Yeah. Oh, please. I'm locked. If I'm staring at the ceiling, staring off into space, please believe we definitely locked in for sure. So
I love it.
But go ahead and tell the people where they can follow you.
Yes, y'all. So you can follow Fluffy Girl Movement at FLUFFYGRL. There is no I in the name. Fluffy Girl Movement on Facebook and on Instagram, more so Instagram. You can also follow Ebbi, EBBI, Talks Digital on Instagram, where we're talking about all of your video stuff, y'all. We got to get y'all out of your own way and in front of the camera. These businesses could be skyrocketing. I don't care if you are a voice worker, if you are a podcaster, we can incorporate video so that people can see you more and connect on a different level.
And that's her way of basically saying we're going to get you on video. Just saying, or whatever. But yeah, make sure y'all tap in. Make sure to always add all her handles in the show notes. She's got a lot of dope stuff coming, as you can hear, as she just told y'all today. So yeah, from meeting at a bar drinking bourbon to recording Henny nights, man, I appreciate you coming through the podcast. So we'll have to do it again when you roll out those projects.
Ebbi and Flow is coming, y'all.
Yeah, it's coming. So yeah, again, I appreciate you or whatever. Enjoy Vegas.
Whew, we gonna see this 30-year-old mind.
I'm gonna check in with you in like 3 days. Like, you good? And I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna like, hey, it did you dirty, didn't you? Yeah, all right. But until next time, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.